Hey friend, welcome. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jen. I'm a part-time online clothing reseller, which means I go to thrift stores, I buy used clothes, I list them on eBay and Poshmark and sell them for a profit. Today is Tuesday, December 10th, and I have 6 items that sold only on eBay. I've had no Depop sales in a while. I don't know, my Poshmark sales I think have just been low for some reason. But my gross sales amount is $118.47. I don't know why. Every time I turn my camera on, my nose itches. This is a hat. It says original. It's like a patch on there. It is, I'm going to say that this is vintage. It's made in China, but things that are made in China are now vintage. I mean, not all things, obviously, but we're getting to be that old is what I'm saying. It just reminded me of something my stepdad would wear. Like, I'm the original. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Just like a dad kind of hat, I guess. This was in my clearance sale. Now, I couldn't find any comp information. And I do want to talk about comps today because there's a lot of like craziness happening, in my opinion, with these comps. So, I don't know. I think that comps are interesting, but I don't think that that's all that matters. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But this I've had for 17 months. I don't know where I got it. Probably the bins, but I paid $1 for it probably at some point, but it's been listed for 17 months, which is a really long time. So I have a clearance sale going right now. It has anything that was listed in 2023. I put them on sale on eBay for 50% off, and then I have a 15% off coupon that people are still able to use on that, so that will give them an additional 15% off the 50% off sale price. This I had listed really low. I couldn't find any comp information for it. It's pretty basic. I had it listed at like $10. The half off sale, it was $4.94. They paid a total of $10.57. My profit's $2.40. At this point, I just wanted it gone. That was my goal. It's gone. Going to a new home, hopefully somebody dad-like who can be like, I'm the original. Can you just picture that? I don't know. I can just picture my stepdad doing that. This is a Vera Bradley. It's called the Becca Bag, the Luxe Collection. Suggested retail price, $80. I do not know much about Vera Bradley. Like, do they have sales? Like, is $80 what people spend? Or is it one of those like, not like when you go to Kohl's, you never buy anything full price at Kohl's because next week it'll be 50% off because that's how they run their sales. I don't know if Vera Bradley's like that or not. Anyway, the average sale price for Vera Bradley Becca Luxe, that was what I searched, was $20.30 with a 50% sell-through rate, and those were both new. One was mine, one was another one that sold a little lower than mine. So, there's 2 more listed. So 50%, okay, this is what I want to talk about comps. When I look up comps, I look on eBay in the product research tool. I do have a video how to look up comps 3 different ways. It is the first link, I think it's the first link in my description. If you haven't seen that or you want to know how to check comps, that's how you do it. I look on eBay because that's what I primarily sell on and what I'm used to using. eBay gives you the average sale price. It also tells you a lot of other information, but what I'm most worried about is average sale price and the sell-through rate. So the sell-through rate is calculated by the amount of items sold divided by the amount of items listed and sold. So if we're using simple math, if there's 100 items listed, 50% would be 50 items listed and 50 items sold. If there's 100 items, 50 items listed, 50 items sold. I wanted to make sure I said that correctly. So here, there were 2 items listed, 2 items sold, 50%. I hope that makes sense. Mine sold for $23.97. That was 20% off my list price of $30, and it sold in 3 months. So I paid $4 for it at a garage sale, and my profit is $15.80. I think that sometimes, I think comps are important. I really do. If you've seen my videos, you've heard me say this before. I think comps are important, but I do not think that's the only criteria that we need to look at. With Vera Bradley, I don't really buy a lot of Vera Bradley stuff to resell. I do buy vintage stuff that's made in the USA or brand new items like that. I'm just like pointing down to my package. So this is a pair of sweater joggers. This is what's really interesting to me. These are a pair of sweater joggers. These are American Eagle. They have a terrible sell-through rate, and they were the fastest item that sold out of the 6 items that sold today. So I don't know. I just think that's kind of crazy. They have an average sale price of $17.94. What I looked up was American Eagle sweater joggers, and there was a 9% sell-through rate. With this particular like pattern, there was another one that sold for $15.99 with free shipping. Mine sold, I had them listed for $14.96, and then they used my 15% off coupon, and they sold for a total of $17.73 with shipping. They only took a month to sell. I paid a little over $2 was my average cost of goods when I went to my new favorite thrift store just not that long ago, the last time I went. So my profit on this is $7.87. Not super high, but they did sell pretty fast, so I'm thankful for that. What's crazy to me is just the really low sell-through rate, and then they sold really fast. But then I have something else that has a really high sell-through rate. We'll talk about it when we get there. Okay, this is the other thing, is sometimes when you're looking at comps, you have to be a little bit more specific. Sometimes it's size and color, sometimes it's brand. This is a Field of Dreams jersey. So it says Field of Dreams right there, like the movie, Dyersville, Ohio. So this says Quitman USA, which is the brand on there. I do think this is vintage too. It's made in the US. That's cool. Anyway, if I just look up Field of Dreams jersey, the average sale price is $64.17 with a 26% sell-through rate. Sell-through rate's like meh, but man, that average sale price, that's amazing. Well, if I add Quitman, mine's the only one that sold, and it's a 33% sell-through rate. So there's still a bunch listed. The ones that are selling and the ones that are selling high have team names on them, or they are like a specific person. The highest one that sold was like $197 sold on an auction in the last 90 days. But it was a Pete Rose Field of Dreams jersey. So taking into account things like brand, size, color, those things are important and are a factor, as well as, you know, condition. If there's a stain on it, even if I have like, I've had things before where I'm like, oh, this is going to be really good. And then I get it home and I realize it has a stain or a rip or a hole. And so then that might factor into how I price it, or if it even sells at all. So I paid $2, about $2 for this at the bins 12 months ago, 11 months ago. It wasn't on my half off sale. It did sell for $24.96 was what I had it listed for. It sold for 15% off of that. Plus shipping, they paid a total of $27.87. Taking out fees, my shipping cost of goods, my profit is $16.11 on that, which is not bad other than it took a month or a year to sell. All right. Ooh, I sold this and I was like, oh, I could have worn this in a video. It would have been fun. So I grabbed another one of my vintage Christmas sweaters. I think this one was so cute with this Santa on it. This is like in my inventory. I will make sure it stays clean and put it back in my inventory after I wear it for the video. This is not, unless, I don't know, would I wear this in public? I don't know. That's not, I feel like it's not really my personality, but are you a fun Christmas sweater? They used to call them ugly Christmas sweaters, but I don't think they're ugly. I think they're like, I don't know, they're just really fun. This is a vintage Christmas sweater. This one's all kind of crazy because it's got a lot going on. Like there's a bear holding a flag. There's flags and drums. There's a snowman. There's a wreath and some star. Oh, the wreath is also a flag. Snowman or Santa holding a flag. There's some trees. Even on the back here, there's a tree and some stars. Like there's just a lot going on. It's Studio Fa La 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 La. And I think this one is made in China also. But this one also has a couple little flaws. I've had this one for a long time. It was in my 50% off coupon. No, sale, not coupon. And there were a couple things that I've had for a long time, but were Christmas that I pulled out of the 50% off sale just because of the timing of the year. But this one I went ahead and left in. I don't remember if it was purposeful or an accident, but whatever. Average sale price for a vintage Christmas sweater vest is $20.30 with an 18% sell-through rate, so still not super high anyway. I had this listed for $20, so 50% off would have been $9.82. They paid a total of $15.75 with the shipping. I've had this for 20 months, which is a long time. I did only pay 88 cents for it, which is nice. And it came from my old favorite thrift store. And that makes my profit $5.98. But I did get my 88 cents back too. So that's good. On eBay, I do calculated shipping. I was having trouble with calculated shipping being super high. And about a week or so ago, I changed it to offer the discount to the buyer, but I also added a $1 handling fee. Because offering that discount, I don't know, you get fees on shipping costs and all of that. So I'm just telling you that so that you know. I wrap everything in tissue paper with a little thank you sticker. These are 10 by 13 bags. I think the bags I have linked in the description are 9 by 12. I do like the 10 by 13 a little better. And then I have big bags that I think are 14 by 18. Okay, this is the crazy one. I think it's crazy. I don't know. These are in really good condition. They're just a pair of leggings, which you'd be like, okay, it's a pair of leggings, right? These are Carhartt. So, oh my goodness, it does have one in there. Huh, that's interesting. Okay, this is Carhartt fitted. Carhartt Force. Somewhere I saw Force. I don't know where it says that. There is a number in the Carhartt tag, and for some reason I never saw that, or I never wrote it on in my listing. Maybe that's my problem. What I looked up was Carhartt Force leggings, and the average sale price is $22.53 with a 46% sell-through rate. That's really good. I've had these for 13 months and they just never sold. I don't know if it's the size. They're a double X. The first one that popped up was also a double X. So I don't know. The ones I saw that sold were mostly black, but I thought that this like olive green color was like the it color for the season. I don't know. I don't know why it took a year to sell with a 46% sell-through rate. And even if I toggle to used, because I was like, oh, maybe it's just brand new ones, it actually increased the sell-through rate. It dropped the average sale price by like $20, not $20, $2, and increased the sell-through rate to 48%. So this is kind of the opposite end of the spectrum of when I say, I'm not sure if comps matter. Like, why did this one not sell at a 46% sell-through rate in over a year? I did pay $5 for this. I had it priced right. I had it priced around $25. I think I even bumped it down to $22 at some point. So that's right where the average sale price is. I don't know. Half off was $11.45 and they paid $16.66 in total. I paid $5 for this, which if it would have sold fast for $25, $22, $20 would have been really good. But after 13 months, fees, cost of goods, shipping costs, my profit is $3.19. So I don't know. I'm curious. How seriously do you take comps? Average sale price, sell-through rate. I don't find a lot of items that have high sell-through rate in my area. It's just kind of where I live. It's just kind of the things that I find just don't. Occasionally I do, and that's really fun. But yeah, I don't know. I think comps are important. I really do. That's why I tell them to you every day. But I don't think that's the only factor. And I'm just, here's an example, kind of on both ends of the spectrum and kind of some random things in between. So, question of the day. Yesterday I asked what your favorite Christmas tradition is. Today I want to ask what your least favorite Christmas tradition is. Two caveats, two big butts, if you will. It's my big butt. Sorry, that was like kind of a throwback to another video that I kept saying my big butt. Not B-U-T-T, B-U-T. My big butt to this Christmas question is, one, if you don't celebrate Christmas, that's okay. I would love to hear what's important to you, how you celebrate, whatever it is that you celebrate. I love learning about different cultures, different traditions. So please still feel free to kind of change the question to fit how it would best fit you. I would love that. Two, if my least favorite tradition is your favorite tradition, I'm sorry, but also we can still be friends, right? I think that that's okay. I think that if we're all the same, it's really boring. So my least favorite tradition is kind of two things I was thinking about this morning. One, I just hate that there's so much stuff. Like, why? I feel like December should be a time of like slowing down. And I mean, if you think about what the world and at least in my area, like all the animals are hibernating and the trees have all lost their leaves and everything's kind of going dormant and hibernating. And I feel like that's what we should be doing, kind of slowing down and hibernating and getting some rest and being a little bit dormant and just snuggling in for the winter. But man, December hits and it's like, go, 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 go. We've got performances and recitals and parties and gatherings and get-togethers. And it's just like one thing after another. My husband has 3 separate Christmas parties for his work. 3 different Christmas parties. Like, why? Why do you have to have 3 different? Anyway, it's just a lot. I'm just saying it's a lot. So the kind of my least favorite tradition, I think, is just that there's so much that we have to do. The other thing I really don't like, and I probably might step on some toes here a little bit, or I'll be the odd duck, I guess, maybe, is that I really don't love stockings. There's like 2 reasons. One, I think that I feel like it's just greed, It's like, it's just stuff in a sock, and kids get all crazy. My kids, anyway. Maybe your kids are great if you have kids. But my kids get all like, stockings about it. And I don't know. I just don't like that. I also like, personally for me, I am a Christian. So for Christmas, it's just a really important time for me to point everything to Christ within my home. And so for me, there's no like, how can I relate this back to God? How can I relate this back to the birth of Christ? There's no connection there with that. And I don't know. I just, like I said, I'm probably the odd duck. That's probably a weird thing to not like as a tradition, but there it is. I'm being honest with you. So that's it for today. Make sure you share your least favorite tradition. And if it's my favorite tradition, we can still be friends too. Yeah, that's it. Make sure you like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. I do these ship with me videos pretty much every day to chronicle what a part-time reseller sells. As usual, my people are breaking down in the house, so it's time for me to go. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you soon.